almost 7 months ago when my beautiful wife decided to leave. It hit me out of nowhere. Now, looking back on it, I guess there were signs that it was coming, but I loved her so much, and we've been married 24 years, and for the most part, I had a wonderful marriage. I'm not going to say perfect. I'm not going to say there weren't bumps in the road. I'm not going to say that I didn't do anything wrong, she didn't do anything wrong, because we both did. But for the most part, it was a wonderful marriage. Countless adventures. She had a high-paying job, so we traveled a lot, seen some amazing things. We were always together, and we were the kind of people, we didn't have a lot of friends. We always made the joke, our friends are our family, and our family are our friends. We pretty much hung out with each other. So when she decided to leave, or let me know that she was thinking about leaving, and then 2 weeks later she was gone, it just nailed me out of nowhere. And being that we were so close, and I didn't have any friends, I had family, but and my youngest son is my best friend, but I didn't really have anybody to turn to, and it was just so abrupt. And then she was so cold when she left. People said, how did you get along? Well, we got along great. She wasn't overly affectionate. I was the one that was real affectionate in the relationship, but she told me that she loved me. She made sure that I had what I needed. She always took care of me. She would call me during the day, several times a day, and check on me, because I'm retired, and make sure that, I was okay. I was constantly up at her work, bringing her food, bringing her coffees, making sure she had whatever she needed. Since I was off, since I was retired, I kind of went a little overboard. And, I would bring her a Sonic Cherry Coke during the day if she needed it, because the way that she worked some long hours. Not a lot of days during the week, but the days that she did work, she worked some long hours. So anyway, it was just me and her primarily. And like I said, we took so many trips together. And the amazing, wonderful conversations that we had on these trips. We drove most of the time. She did take me to Alaska not too long ago, and we flew for that one. But for the most part, we drove, and we had some amazing conversations. And it wasn't just me talking, her listening, and it wasn't just her talking, me listening. She is super intelligent, at least as far as where I'm concerned. Could carry on an amazing conversation. She knew a little bit about everything. There was a kind of a running joke. I called her Google, because, and I say, when Google wants to know something, they'll call you and ask you. But she could carry on a conversation. I learned a lot whenever I was talking to her. She always treated me with respect, kindness. So when she said she was leaving, it absolutely blew me out of the water. But then when she decided she was leaving, she told me she had been planning it for a long time, and she just got so cold. I'm not going to go into the details, because I don't believe in running your ex down. I don't believe in throwing shade on their name. I don't believe in talking bad about them. That's just not something that I believe in. It's just not. It doesn't serve a purpose. We were extremely close. We loved each other. I loved her. As far as I knew, she loved me. We were best friends, best buddies. We cared about each other. I cared about making sure she had what she needed. She cared about making sure I had what I needed. it was an amazing marriage. So my point is when she decided that she was going, it absolutely blew me out of the water. I didn't know how to think. I didn't know what to do. Because, y'all, I'm not going to lie. I depended on her a lot. I did. Maybe more than I should. Her IQ had to be off the charts. I mean, anybody that knew her knew she was extremely intelligent. And she helped me out a lot as far as my medicines and my doctor visits and the things that I had to do. Just daily life. She helped a lot because she was so smart. And when I tell y'all that, I mean, I'm not just like, oh, I love her, she was amazing, blah, blah, blah. That's not it. What I'm saying is she was extremely intelligent, like off the charts intelligent. I often wish that we had got an IQ test done on her because she had her little quirks and all. She was an introvert, and she loved to say it. She'd say, I'm an introvert. In fact, when we separated, she kind of moved out where we live in a rural area. She rented a place, and I said, why are you moving so far out in the country in the middle of nowhere? And she said, well, I get to be the ultimate introvert. I don't have to have any company or anybody to bother me. And if you knew her, that does not sound out of character for her at all. It really don't. So again, my point is it absolutely floored me. And for a couple of months, 3 months or so, I didn't know how to function. I didn't know what to think. I didn't know what to do. I mean, there's a running joke, men don't know where nothing's at. If they want to know where something in the house is, they have to ask their wife. To a certain degree, that's true. But I think I depended on her a little bit more than a lot of folks do because she was so intelligent and so smart. And we were best friends. I mean, when we were at home together, amazing conversations. When we were traveling, amazing conversations. We thought alike. We ate alike. It was almost like, I would make the joke, where I end, she begins. And where she ends, I begin. That's how close we were. And you can ask anybody. I mean, anybody that knew us, our children, especially my youngest son and my future daughter-in-law, they traveled with us a lot. I'd say about 80%, 90% of the time we did a lot of little mini vacations, 3 or 4 days at a time. Our children could tell you, me and my wife got along amazing. About the only argument we ever had, and it was another kind of a joke, is that it's because she never would decide where she wanted to go out to eat, because we ate out a lot. It was just me and her, and truthfully, it was about cheaper to go out to eat than it was to buy the ingredients and cook at home. So, family, everybody can tell you, it was like, everybody said it's like you were made for each other. You got along so good. I mean, it blew everybody else out of the water too. They didn't know what to think. Her family didn't know what to think. I'll be honest with you, I still don't know what to think. But having said that, she is an amazing person. For whatever reason, she decided that her path in life was no longer in alignment with my path in life. So I'm having to get used to a life without her. And it's been almost 7 months, and I can honestly say I'm about 80 to 90% healed and better and getting better. I don't know how my life is going to end. I mean, carry on. I don't know how it's going to be. I'm the kind of person I like to have somebody around, so if the good Lord decides to send me somebody, I certainly would appreciate it. somebody that I can get along with, you know, have a coffee with, bounce ideas off of, socialize with. I'm just a social type person, and having a lady friend around to hang out with would be absolutely amazing. But I'm going to leave that up to God, whatever He wants to do. But you'll get better too. I promise you, you will. It may take a little time. You may get aggravated. You may get tired of everybody saying, well, things are going to get better. I promise they will. That's going to aggravate you. But you will get better. You got to make a mental note. You got to make I don't even know the right word to say, but you've got to think positive about moving forward. You just got to. That's the only way you're ever going to get better. That's the only way things are going to get better, is if you decide for them to get better. And that's totally up to you. You just got to keep putting one foot in front of the other one, keep moving, because I promise you things will get better, but you've got to decide to do it. You could wallow in misery forever, or you can stay miserable. It's up to you. Y'all have a great day. If I can pray for you, please let me know. This is Chris the Who, over and out.